Now for our 2020 roundup. First up, if you thought Democrats' extreme climate agenda couldn't get any crazier, think again. Here's a new one. If you eat meat or use plastic straws, you're to blame for killing the planet. So says Mayor Pete.
I think we're thinking about it mostly through the perspective of guilt, from using a straw to eating a burger. Am I part of the problem? And in a certain way, yes, but the most exciting thing is that we can all be part of the solution.
Oh, so exciting. And then there's New York City's disastrous mayor, Bill de Blasio, going head-to-head with Tucker over his climate hypocrisy.
How can you take an SUV to the gym and back every day and say that you're really worried about climate change?
It's a
I know
Chrysler,
it's a petty question,
it's a Chrysler Pacifica.
It's bugged me for years.
It's a Pacifica. Yeah? It's a hybrid electric. It's not an SUV, first of all.
Brian, it's a Pacifica.
Right, exactly. But the SUVs that follow him are unbelievable. I thought it was just so interesting to see Mayor de Blasio. For one thing, I give him credit for going on, number one. Number two is he wants donors and made it pretty clear at the end. Number two is I think actually it might be number three when I look back at the tape after the show. I think in the end...
You watch your performance afterwards?
Yes, I do. And I judge myself. Most of the time I give myself an A+.
Doesn't surprise me.
And is this still out of my time when I go to evaluate my appearance? So back to what my original point is...
Which was what?
7 hours of that marathon was probably the best thing to happen to Trump 2020.
I agree.
It was by far. And the thing is, these people throw things out, all these candidates throw things out. They have no plan to execute. And when he was pushed on his plan on the buyback plan, he goes, how are you going to do that? He goes, we don't know how we're going to do it. What gives you the right? You're going to go tell law enforcement, who you basically told to stay on the side, can now go into that house and go grab their AK-47.
Yeah.
So it's not going to happen.
Not a great plan. Dagan?
I want these lefties to get called out as immoral, basically to reduce the standard of living for every American by trying to ban fossil fuels in this country. Call them immoral. Call them what they are. They're part of the problem, not the solution.
Ooh, Juan, that's tough talk from Dagan. You gonna let that stand?
Well, she's
It's
talking
immoral.
about me.
You are immoral.
I'm immoral.
person.
I know. I'm going to go to church on Sunday. But to me,
Or
again,
to see
it's
Father
about,
Pete.
What's that?
Father Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
Is he now a reverend?
He talks to God.
Is that right? Okay. Because to me, I must be immoral because to me, it's the idea is we can limit consumption, right? We can limit generating these kinds of carbon gases that go into the atmosphere and warm everything. I don't see anything wrong with that. I just don't see any real ideas about this from the right. And so then the left comes with ideas and everybody says, oh, wait a second, you're trying to control me. President Trump is raising astounding amounts of money by making a culture wars issues. Buy a Trump straw.
All right,
so that's his idea.
An idea isn't good just because it's an idea. Sometimes there's dumb ideas.
Correct, so let's talk about it.
And your side is full of dumb ideas.
No, I say let's talk about it.
Making sure everybody goes vegetarian.
The worst idea, no idea.
And especially half of it is the delivery too. Like, doesn't anyone realize that when you hand things out in this draconian, you're going to be punished way? Of course, I'm going to retaliate by eating 10 burgers today. De Blasio is such a poster child too for the kind of like Hollywood elitist double standard, which is essentially I'm going to give lip service to all these ideas, but I'm going to carve out an exception for me and everything in my world.
Can I just add one thing?
Yes.
We have reduced CO2 emissions in this country. We've done a better job than any nation in the world, quite frankly. No, we're back to the 85 levels.
Yes, we are the richest.
Stop talking about like we're all evil and we're not doing anything.
Look what you're doing to poor Dagan.
I know.
All right, up next, could it be another rigged Democratic primary? Some 2020 Democrats are furious after being cut from next week's debate and are ripping the DNC over the process.
Setting this requirement that you've got to be popular or famous if you're going to be qualified to serve as president. To me, that just does a disservice to voters. So, I think that we can raise our voices to call on the DNC to be more transparent and reassess how they're choosing which polls they're using.
No one has run a poll that the Democratic National Committee would accept for like 5 weeks. So I don't have to change anything. All they have to do is run a poll that the DNC will accept.
So, Juan, sore losers, complainers, or they have a point?
They have no point. The DNC has been very transparent. The rules were set. Everybody knew you had to get this number. I think it was 130,000 small donors. You had to reach 2% in 4 polls. I don't get it. But you know what? Most people who have dropped out, they don't have a complaint. And the people who remain, they're still in looking to try to meet those requirements to get in the October debate. I think their complaint is sour.
Kind of like the Electoral College. The rules were set. You know the rules.
Yeah.
You got to play by the rules. Don't complain afterwards when you
right,
lose.
but let's change the rules.
Let's go. Yeah, well, let's change the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
I think it's deeply ironic that that billionaire environmental activist is basically complaining he can't buy his way onto the DNC Democratic debate stage.
$325,000 a day, Tom Steyer spent on campaign advertising. So money
A lot of crumbs.
doesn't control politics.
That's a good point.
All right, and with the time I have, I'd like to say
Yes,
this.
you're
I
wasting
think
it.
the only person who had a good point is Tulsi Gabbard. She should have got a mulligan for this because for 2 weeks, when she was in the final 2 weeks to get higher in 2 more polls, she got stationed in I think, Indonesia as a National Guardsman. And I think you should have just said, you know what? Clearly, you're competent. You have a lot of ideas. You were on a roll. I think that if you have to go serve for 2 weeks, I would say, if I was competing with her, I'd say you belong on the stage.
Yeah, they should have made an exception.
Well, I don't know. It
All right.
sounds like that cranky baby.
Speaking
What
of,
cranky baby?
Finally, we all know Bernie Sanders, bit of a crotchety socialist kind of guy, but he's now taking things to a whole new level. Watch.
Ryan, did I hear you correctly say that you have to cut your pills in half for your son? Okay. Okay. If we could keep that down a little bit. Okay, thanks.
You know what?
I love it.
He's 100% right. If that kid has got to calm down. He's speaking.
What are you
You
talking
cannot
about?
bring a screaming baby to a political event. He's trying to be president. He's trying to get
You're
something
supposed to
done.
kiss that baby, Brian.
He's
and
too
make him
far
stop
away.
crying.
Quiet down. She's got to cut her pills in half.
I want that dude to be my sidekick in every restaurant I go into.
What, the baby or Bernie?
Bernie.
What do you think?
Well, I think Bernie is clearly not a I feel your pain kind of guy.
No, absolutely.
I think he's a cranky old soul.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is so rude. I don't even know what to say about it.
So
Except,
terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Stick a pacifier in its mouth.
He's such an Ebenezer. I mean, when is he going to stop being the face of like forward progression? He's clearly not. And I love that it was instant. It wasn't even like 30 seconds of baby. It was instant that he was like, you shut that.
But that's the way
baby up.
parents used to be. They used to tell kids to be quiet and sit in the corner. Those are the old days. That was 1950s.
Speak when spoken to, baby.